And today we are going to focus about the introduction about field service lightning, and I'll be explaining the first module of installing the package and the configuration part. So let's start with our introduction. I'll present this. So what is FSL? We usually pronounce it as a FSL, right? It's nothing but field service lightning. So this particular package is a managed package. We are going to install this package, and this particular field service lightning will sit it on a service cloud module. So CPQ or no, right? That is a sales cloud module, whereas field service lightning will sit it on a service module. So continuation to the service cloud, we will be extending the field service resources to do some functionality for that particular use cases. We are jumping for the FSL. Okay, FSL is a managed package, as I mentioned earlier. We couldn't do some of customization here because as a managed package, when you are trying to do any customization, it might throw some errors. We could not see the code or the design how they are built, right? So before we are jumping to that, I'll give you some basic introduction why FSL is so important. So FSL will start with the customer. Let's imagine, let's take with the use case. So I'm the customer. I have purchased a product. Let's say AC. I have been purchased the AC for my home. I have purchased two AC air conditioner. So I'm asking I'm calling to the call center people. I want a particular person to install my AC. Right? That will be the service for installation. So the installation service will take care and by field service people. So the product I sold to the customer received the product. Now the field service person has to install that particular product. So managing the installation, the managing the field service will control by the FSL module. They will call to the call center people. So what call center people will do, they will be check the availability of each resources. How they will be checked? So imagine you are in Italy, okay, in nearest to your place. So in each and every state, I'll be split into a different region, and I'll be split into a different city. So for each and every city, I'll be allocate some resource. So what call center people will do, they will check their availability in particular region. Let's take a region A. On a region A, I'll be check. I'm having 5 resource I have associated for the region A. I'll check resource A availability. Okay, A is available for today's installation. Then I'll be allocate that A person. Okay, you're available this time zone. So go and install the AC on this particular customer. They'll give you the address and the route for their particular address. So they'll be go to the particular customer house and they'll be start installing the package. So this is how the flow goes. So for controlling this particular model, installing the package or installing the service or installing any product to the customer, I want to track my field service person, whether the person is installing the product or not. Whether I have to check whether the person is available today for the installation process. I'll check with the availability. I'll check with the location. So in those kind of scenario, I can jump for the field service light. So what we are going to do is we are going to design the system for the field service person. The person who is going to use this particular model is nothing but field service person. They will have their mobile. They will receive the notification. Okay, my work order is I have to go and install the package for customer A. Okay, I got the address. Okay, I need to travel. So how much travel duration? 150 minutes. Okay, then I have to travel a lot. So he'll be getting all the information in their mobile. So the easy way to they track their order, track their work. So we are going to configure it in this particular model. So let's start with here. So I'll go with some in a model. So this will give you some understanding. Okay. So imagine, well, let's journey starts with the product. Okay. So my intention is in every industries, in every company, they are going to sell some product. Either it is a service related product or a normal product, hardware related product, right? So whatever my intention, I want to sell the product to the customer. Once I sold the product to the customer, I want to give some service to my customer. If it is a hardware related, I want to install it to my customer, means I'll be track on my work order, installation part. This particular, the service oriented will jump into FSL. Selling the product will comes in your CPQ. Let's put together. I'll take some notepad. So just selling your product will comes in your CPQ part. Creating the code, attracting your customer, making your customer to purchase your product. Once a product they are purchased, I want to give a good service to my customer. That service part will comes in the FSL. So it's kind of a full journey. If you imagine, it's a 360 journey. I'm start selling my product and I'm giving the service to my customer. That's it. I'm going to start with my standard object. Product, price book entry, price book, asset, all these are my standard object. Okay, all these object wherever I mentioned, these are my standard object. So you are my account. Christina has purchased a product. Let's take air conditioner. She has been purchased the product. So I'm raising the case for my sales rep or the person call center people, the service team. I'm raising the ticket. So for Christina house, I want to install the AC. So under your contact, I'll be creating one case. So what they will be doing is they have to know, okay, which product she have been purchased. They doesn't know that they have to track your products. So that will be covered in a work order. So once you purchase the product, system will create a work order for you. In a work order, you will be having a work order line item. So work order is a parent object. Work order line item is a child object. In work order, it will give the very high level detail. So Christina, she's from this location, her address is, so she have been purchased three line items, three AC for her house. So first AC is 110 and second AC is 1.510. It variant, the product variant is different. So totally she have been purchased three products under one work order. So now what they will be do, they'll be imagine, okay, the serve, what they have to exactly do means they want to install that particular product. Am I correct? So they have purchased a AC product, air conditioner. Now they have to install the product. That is what their work type. So work type is nothing but installing your product. So I'll be having multiple type installation, providing a service, or any issues in an existing product, or I have to give if the based on a warranty, I have to do the service. So that might be different types. So I'll be assigning the type. Okay, for Christina account, the work order, the work type is nothing but installation. So now the particular module is ready. Now I have to assign the particular resource to her house to install the product. So what I'll be doing is, in real time, imagine it is an enterprise client. They will not know this person is available today or not. So we have to have everything as an automated system. So they have to check their skill. I am having five resources. Let's take with one by one. Let's resource one. So his skill is installation in the product. He's very good in the installation part. Resource 2, or let's keep resource A. Resource B, his skill set is nothing but servicing the AC. Okay, so based on your work type, my work type is nothing but installation. So now I have to allocate a proper resource for this particular work order. So what my system will do, it will go and check the availability of the resource in the resource object. So how they will be checked here means, again I have to do one further level of filter. So how I'm going to filter means, I'm having a resource like five resource under your location. Let's say, let's take a location number. Can you suggest me any location near Italy? Milano. Oh, okay, Milano. So let's imagine in a Milano, I'm associating five resources. Resource C, resource D, and the resource E. Okay. So for each resource, there will be different type of skill sets. So what my system will do, okay, my customer Christiana is from the Milano location. I'll check how many resources are available today. So there are five resources available today. I'll check their skill set. Which particular resource have the skill set of installation? I'll do one step of filtering. So out of five, let's take D is also skill set equal to installation. So once I done a filter, out of five, I can find only two resources. So one is A, another one is D. Now I have to do another level of filter. Okay, both the resource shares the same skills of installation. So now I have to check their availability, whether they are available today to install this particular product, whether they are available or they are already allocated with some work. I have to check their availability. That will be comes under that in your their availability. I'll be make tracking on another object. I'll tell you that's a next model. I'll jump to it. So once I check their availability, if they are available, let's imagine D is not available, only A is available, means I will allocate a resource A to my work order, which is nothing but for my customer Christian. Okay, so for her I'm just assigning. So then the resource A will receive a notification of service appointment. Okay, today you have this appointment, your client is nothing but your customer is nothing but Christiana. So you have to go their house, you have to install the particular three ACs. So the estimation time for installation would be not more than 5 to 6 hours. So they will give rough estimation. So they will give you the time slot. Christina is available only on her weekend, the days 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So within the PM, within the time frame, you have to go to their home. So everything they'll get the notification in your mobile. Now what the sales service people will do, they will go there and they will be install the product. Once they install the product, they will be close the work order. I have done my work. So work order has been completed. That's it. This is how the flow is going to be in this FSL module. So now I'll jump for the further level of modules. In this particular FSL, we are going to use all these objects, which I have mentioned here. These are the standard objects. We are going to completely use all these objects. And next, we are jumping for the FSL module is nothing but operating hours, time slot. So all these objects are important. So first journey will start with the operating hours. So how I'm going to do means, I'm having a location Milano. So in a location, I'll be create a record called Milano. So then I'll be creating one operating hours. Operating hours is nothing but a kind of working hours, right? So in your organization, they will be have different time slot. The first, this is a shift A, shift B, shift C. On shift A, times will they will start their work at 6 a.m. IST, let's say 6 a.m. to till 5 p.m. And next shift B, they will start work at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I'll be have to divide the working into different time slots. So what I'm going to
Yes.
do is I'm going to create an operating hours first. So the operation hours starts, let's take 9 a.m. to till 5 p.m. So what is the time zone? What is my time zone is IST viewers. So 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. GMT I have done. So how many days they are going to work? I'll be allocate on Monday 9 a.m. the working hours, and Tuesday 9 a.m. So I'm going to have this time slot for weekdays. So first I'll create my operating hours. Once I created the operating hours, what I'm going to do is operating hours is a main object in a FSL. So which links with the multiple object. So under the operating hours, I will associate with the service territory. So territory is nothing but kind of a location. Under, let's take on a Milano, I'm having one territory called, let's take territory A. I'll go with the general use case. Territory A is there. Under the territory A, I will be assigning some different members. So location is a header. Under the location, I'll be have territory A. So this territory will works with the operating hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. GMT. So that means in this particular territory, I'll have a different members. Let's say member 1 and member 2. So they are working in the operating hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So whatever the working order they are getting, so they will work only with this time period. They will not work beyond this or before this. Make sense? So I have setting the
Yes.
operating hours for the territory. So under the territory, I'm having a territory members. That is what here. So territory member is nothing but the service resource, the user who is going to install the product or who is the crew of that member. So that will be in a service resource people. Okay. So in the operating hours, I can have a time slots. Operating hours is just a header object. In the operating hour, I'll mention shift TA, just a high level information. Under that, I'm having a child object called time slot. There only I'll define Monday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'll be store it on my time slot object. Alright. So now the resource I'm going to split into two modules. Their available, their absence and the capacity. So here I'll check their resource capacity and here I check resource absence. If they are not available for today work, I will be maintain that record on a resource absence. If they're available today, I'll be maintain it on a resource capacity object. So I'll go here. So we'll jump to the introduction module one by one. We are going to install the package. We'll be working on everything. Before that, I'll show how it looks. Okay. So I have an object for each and every module. Service territory. I'm going to maintain the territory records on the service territory object. In this particular FSL, I'm not going to play with metadata level configuration. Everything is a record creation. We have to create a record on corresponding object. So first, before creating that, we have to plan. Okay, today I'm going to add a new territory. Means under the territory, I have to get info from my client. Who are all the territory members? I'll be add those under the territory member object. I'll be creating the record on operating hours. On a time slot, I'll be creating the time slot. So everything we are going to create as a record. So this will be easy for the admin to play around in the FSL module. So now I'll show you some sample records before we are jumping to installing the package. On a service territories, I'll create a one territory record. So I'll give the territory name here. And if I have any parent territory, I can map here. This is nothing but a self lookup to a territory object. Okay. And operating hours, I have to create that as a first. I'm giving the base calendar. Just I'll show you this later. I'm activating this territory. So territory is live. Under the territory, I'm storing their address information. So that's it. So under the territory, I'll be having a child object called service territory member. So on here, I have to create the record. So in a territory Los Angeles, I'm having a 5 members, means I have to create a 5 members record under the service territory. So I will be choosing the location to the service territory that will be maintained here. Make sense? So now I'll jump for the operating hours. In the operating hours object, just I'll give you the basic information, the name of the operating hours and time zone of the operating hours. So you're from GMT means I have to choose a time zone as GMT. Okay, so now the time zone is GMT here, GMT of 7. And under this operating hour, I have a child object called time slot. Here only I created the record. You can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They will start work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So this is what their working hours. So I'm storing the time slot here. I'll go to the service resource. On the service resource, I have to create a record. So I don't have any record. I just opened it. So in the service resource, I will be mapped with my user record. Okay, each and every service resource should have a user record on your organization, and they have to associate with a FSL license. So they have migrated from license to permission set. Nowadays they are using the permission set. For each and every user, who all be the service resources, I have to associate a user license and then have to give them the particular field set. So here I have a type, resource type, whether they are a technician or dispatcher member or their crew or the agent or asset or their planner. So I'll be give them the title. So I'll be choose their particular resource type. Okay. So capacity based, if I enable this checkbox true means they will work based on the capacity. So today my capacity, let's say, imagine I don't have any work order. Kanmani is one resource here. I don't have any work order assigned to me today. So my availability is nothing but 8 hours I'm totally available. So they will be check. Okay, I have a 2 work order. They will be put rough estimation. Work order A, the total duration of work it will take only 4 hours. Work order B, it will take only 3 hours. If I sum this totally 7 hours will be the work I can allocate to the Kanmani. So my capacity is I totally occupied because I keep 1 hour buffer. It may be a travel time. I used to track all those things under my capacity. So if I enable this checkbox true, this particular resource will work based on their capacity. So if I include this checkbox true, I can do some optimization. So I can use this reserve for the optimization level for my industries. I'll be jump later for optimization. So for we can see high level info here. All right. So let me
Okay.
go for a scheduling policies. We have some kind of a scheduling is nothing, but I don't want to schedule the person. So imagine I'm an enterprise client. Okay, for you. I have a multiple location. My company's branches are there. I have n numbers of resource there. So I don't want to put one team to allocate the resource by manually. Everything has to be automated. They have to, my system has to check their availability. If they are available today, I'll allocate the ticket to the particular person. So I have to do everything as an automating here. So for that, I'm going to write some scheduling policies. So that I'll be define it on my scheduling object. Okay, scheduling policy object. And here I'll go with the work rule. So work rule is very simple, which is more of a similar to a process builder and a workflow kind of. Just what I'm going to do, I'm just going to write a rule. My rule is going to work based on the condition if and then. If my condition gets satisfied, then my action is going to take place. You
Okay.
can correlate. So that will give you some easy understanding of the FSL model too.
Okay.
So we'll jump this later. Okay. So these are the object we are going to frequently use. And finally, your output is nothing, but everything has to be automated. My system, I don't want any of my customer to wait for the service resource to do the work. Everything is also be automated. My final outcome is all my customers should be happy for their service. That's it. So this is about the FSL. So let's start with our module 1. So our module 1 is nothing but introduction to FSL. So we are going to start creating the FSL configuration now. So before that, as I mentioned earlier, this is a managed package. I'll give you the link. My best advice is if you have any developer arc, don't install this package. Try to take a new developer arc and then install the package and we can start configuring it. Because in a
Okay.
developer arc, we might do some kind of different configuration. It will throw an error that will conflict your FSL installation. For initial learning, we can skip that particular module. So you have to create a new developer arc instance first. I guess you might know to create a developer arc. Am I correct?
Yes.
You know developer arc creation. So create a developer arc first. This is the first step. Once you create it, I'll send you the exercise document and installation link after this class completed. Go to this particular link and click new. So we are going to install the managed package. I'm going to install the entire package. So choose the first one, Salesforce Field Service Managed Package. So as we are using the developer app, we have to click install in production. So it will ask your credential, give your new developer app credential. It will take you to the installation page screen. So in initial practice, my suggestion is give access for all the users in your organization. Don't go for admin only. So initially you give access for all the users. So just for
Okay.
initial practice. Okay. So click install for all user and acknowledge this and click install button. You will have the button called install. While
Mm-hmm.
you click the install button, system will show and pop-up message, approve third-party access. Give approve for that and system will take 10 to 15 minutes for installing the package in your developer app. Once a
Okay.
package get installed, you will get a notification in your email. So after installation, I have to follow some steps. The first thing is after installation, so we have to follow a kind of 3 steps. Step number 1 is have to assign a page layout and permission set to my custom particular users. First, let's see about the permission sets. Assign permission set to the users. So just go to a setup. Go to the install package session, click install package. Once you click the install package, it will open the install package setup screen. Here you can find the package, whichever the package you're install, you can find the license and expiration date for your particular package. You can see everything here. Totally we are going to use 47 objects and we are using only 6 objects for the tab. So this FSL package contains two applications. One is FSL for admin, another one is FSL. Okay. So I'll show you both the app package later. So far we install the package. So we are going to use the prefixes FSL for denoting this. If this object denotes for FSL module means they'll use the FSL as a prefix. A kind of CPQ they'll use SPQQ, right? A similar thing. So now once you install, the next step is we are going to assign a permission set. So click on app launcher. Go to the field service admin app. So you can see I do have two apps here. One is for field service admin, another one is for field service. So this app the user is going to use, and this app mainly we are going to use. We are as a configuration person, we are going to configure the FSL in the field service admin module. So click this. The getting started section will provide here. You will be navigating to the getting started. So you can see field service setting. So this getting started sections provides various tools and guidance for setting up field service lighting. So we will review many of these elements in greater detail in a class. Okay. So first we are going to assign permission set. Open the permission set tab. So we can see some permission sets here. FSL dispatcher, FSL resource, FSL agent, FSL service, self-service. So I do have multiple permissions here, sets here. So I have already configured as you are the system admin for your particular developer app. Once you install the package, you can see it will not assign to any permission set. You will not receive this image like permission set is up to date. You won't, because for your user, I have not associated any permission set yet. So what you have to do is go to a user account. Let's say I'll go to my user account. So go to permission set assignment. So first go to the permission set license assignment. I have already assigned the license for me. Just you have to click edit assignment. So give the enable access for action plans. You can note it on action plans. And then I'll be sending the steps also. Then scroll down. If you see, I can have field service dispatcher license. You have to give enable for field service dispatcher. And field service mobile user and field service scheduling, field service standard. So I guess that's it. I don't want to give CPQ and all. That's it. Fine. I have given the license related to FSL. Next is once you enable this particular permission set license, we have to go to the permission set tab. So let me scroll down. Permission set assignment tab. So click edit assignment. So I assigned all the permission set assignment to my user. So for initial practice, on next class or day after the class, on a third session, I'll be explaining each and every permission set. In which scenario I have to use this license permission set, and in which scenario I have to use this. I'll tell you the difference between all this FSL permission sets. So I install the package. Once I install the package, I have to give the permission set to the corresponding user. That's what I'm seeing here now. So we do have all these permission sets. Just initial while we are in the initial part of learning this module, right? So assign all the FSL related permission to sets to your user account and click save. So now we are assigned the permission to the permission set to the user. So this is my first step. After installing the package, I have to assign the permission set to the user. So we done with our step number 1. Step 2 is nothing but, so I have to give access to the certain objects. Okay. So what I'm going to do is a sharing on FSL objects. So just I'm going to give a limit sharing on a FSL objects. So for this, I have to go to a certain object. I need to give a sharing setting for this particular objects. So what are the object I'm going to use in this particular module is service appointment, service crew, service resource, service territory, and last object is work order. For all these 5 objects, I'm going to give the sharing setting functionality, right? So for going through the step number 2, I have to navigate to a setup, go to a setup, and in a quick find, search for the security. So on the security, I have to go to the sharing setting. So let me search with sharing setting quickly. So go to the sharing setting tab. So here click edit. So here default internal access, I'm going to give private for all these stand objects which I mentioned. So for default internal access, I'm going to make it as a private for the listed objects. Fine. So I'll show you here. So we are going to use the first object is nothing but service appointment. So go to the server. I already configured these steps. Just cross check. If you're installing the package, it might already configured. If not, you have to change it to a private. And next object is nothing but service crew. For the service crew, have to keep the internal access as nothing but private. For resource to a private. And next we have a service territory. We have to give the access as private. And last is work order. I'll go for the work order. Work order, I have to make it as a private. So next I have to jump for the location object. Only for location object, I have to make it as a public read only. Okay. So give this as a public read only. And we are a system admin. I don't want to go you to the read only. Let us have the public read write access. But if you're configuring this for any of your user, then you have to give this access as public read only access, because the service resource team should not change your location. They should not have the access to edit the resource object. So you have to make it as public read only. But we are system admin. We are going to make it as read and write access. So once you configure this functionality, we are jumping for the next page layout assignment. Step number 3. So let me give this internal default internal access for private for this object and as public read write. If it is a system admin or the admin user of FSL, give the public read write access. If they are user, then give public read only access for the object or location. So next, step number 3. After installation, we are jumping for the next configuration is page layout assignment. This is a very important module because this is a managed package. We are not aware of the fields because everything we are going to configure by record creation. We have to use the corresponding FSL fields. So you need to assign this FSL layout for the following objects. I'll mention the objects here. We are
Uh,
going to assign page layout. So now the page layout assignment is a third step. So have to assign the page layouts for the objects like service resource. I have to change the page layout assignment. So I'll tell you the page layout name, service resource. Second object is work order. And third object is work order line item. And fourth object is operating hours. Fifth is work type. For all these objects, I have to change the page layout as FSL. We will be having a prefix. So once you install the package, you will get all this page layout in the particular package. We have to assign the corresponding page layout for the list down objects. So we can see that step. So I have to go to the object manager first. So let's search for the service resource object. Go to the page layout section. On the top right, you can see page layout assignment. You can see the page layout FSL service resource layout. So you can use the prefix FSL wherever you can have the prefix as FSL. That particular profile or that particular page layout or that particular field is get you from the package level. Make sense? So I have to click the page layout assignment. So in this particular developer arc, your profile is nothing but system administrator. So then what you have to do, you have to choose your profile. I need to click edit assignment. For your profile, I have to change the page layout to FSL service resource layout page layout. So I need to choose the profile here. So in real time, who are all the person who is going to use this particular service resource object, I need to assign the layout for the particular profile. So let's say I'm going to assign FSL service resource layout for all these profile means I have to choose this and I have to change the layout to FSL service layout. Make sense? So let me remove. I don't want to give access for everyone. So let me choose system administrator my profile. I'll choose FSL service resource layout. I'll do a save. So same step you have to follow for the rest of the object. I'll show you the example for one other object. Let's say work order. So let's go to the work order. Go to the page layout. On the top right, you can see page layout assignment. You have to click this. Click edit assignment. Choose your profile and change the layout to FSL work order layout. So this is the same step you have to follow for the rest of the objects. So I'll go with here. So today I given a very basic introduction about what is FSL and what are the objects get involved this in modules and how it is related with the each object. We have seen some high level of introduction. Then we are jumping to the installing the package into a developer app. So for installing the package, you have to use the link. I will be share you this link through email. So go to this link and install the package in your developer arc. Once you install the package, we need to follow this 3 step. This is a mandatory one. Even though when you're going for the project level implementation, you have to follow this 3 steps. So this is a preliminary steps.